Hey y'all, what it do? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, and I just had to get out the house for a minute, man, and go get some essentials that I needed. So, how y'all doing today on this Friday, which is really not it? Look, we just ready to get over this, y'all. But anywho, the Cowboys did make a sign today. They signed Saivion Smith, former LSU, Alabama. Had a cup of coffee with the Jaguars, and then went to the XFL. So I'll explain all that. Now the numbers have not been stated yet on how much he is signed for, but before you guys say it, I know you guys are like, oh my god, who the hell is Saivion Smith? I know a lot of people don't know who he is. I get it. He's never played a regular season game in the NFL yet, but. One thing I noticed about the Dallas Cowboys, when they do get these players, though, they somehow get production out of some of these guys. Now, some of them work, some of them don't. Who knows? Let's see what he does in training camp and see how it works out. So let's look at this guy's look at this guy in depth a little bit. So he's a cornerback. He was a 5-star recruit out of high school. He started at LA. Well, he went to a junior college. He transferred to LSU, and then he transferred to Alabama, and he ended up being a starter in 2018 at Alabama. He left school early for the draft, but ultimately wasn't drafted. That's funny. You leave school in your junior year, but then you don't get drafted. That sucks. That's gotta suck. So, but he did get picked up by the Jaguars. He went to training camp with them, but he didn't make the final cuts. So, after that cup of coffee drink with the Jaguars, he got picked up by the Houston Roughnecks XFL team. He played, all pretty much, the 6 games that they had. He had I think 6 tackles or whatever with the Houston Roughnecks. They were the only undefeated team in the XFL. And then today, news comes out that the XFL suspends. They laid off all of their employees, and they have no plans right now of coming back, because we don't know how long this COVID-19 is going to affect us. So this damn virus is just killing everybody and their jobs, and it's just affecting everything, which really sucks right now. It really does. You hate to see it. You really do. So he's 22 years old. He's only 22, guys. He's only 22. He's still young. Because, like I said, he came out his junior year. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. So, prototypical size for a corner. At Alabama, though, while he was there at Alabama, even though he wasn't, there long, he had 60 tackles, 5 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions, and one of those interceptions was a pick 6. I think it was against Arkansas State. They whooped their ass like shit. By halftime it was 40-0. That's what you call an ass whooping right there. But in college you see that often. You see like a team just dominate another team, but you rarely ever see that in the NFL. It doesn't really do that, because everybody's a pro. Everybody's good in the NFL. So even the worst team in the NFL would probably whoop a college team. So that's just pretty much how that goes. Now, I know you guys are like, we keep signing these guys like that, and blah, blah, blah. Now, look, from looking at tape of him, he's kind of fast. I don't know what he's going to do with the Dallas Cowboys, but I think with this defense and this coaching staff that we have, I think they could put some production out of pretty much anybody that's got talent. And, we always say that player acquisition is 365 days out of the year. So they're always trying to churn the roster, always trying to get somebody new. So you really never know what the situation is. So I look at it like this. Them picking him up is a W all the way around. I mean, whether I'm pretty sure the contract is going to be really cheap anyway, because he's never played in the NFL game. They're not going to give him a whole lot of money. They'll just give him the minimum base, of whatever his, they have, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like for whatever type of player you are, however long you've been in the league, there's a certain minimum that like you get. Like, there's a veteran minimum. There's a minimum for guys that, like, were on practice squads, that never played in games. So there's, like, different levels for each type of player. So for him, that contract is going to be really cheap. So, you know, you can get some production out of that. It might be a sneaky get. It might be a sneaky get. We don't know, you know. But what that says is, for this NFL draft, they're basically getting these players right now to go in, not saying that they're solidified. They're not done. You know what I mean? They can still get a corner. They can still get a safety in the draft. Best player available. So at 17, you go in there, best player available. If it's Xavier McKinney, you get that safety out of Alabama. If it's CJ Henderson, you get that cornerback out of the draft. If it's Kayvon Chazon, you get that edge rusher. You get what I'm saying? So it gives them a way of, like, not trying to chase after a guy, not trying to reach for a guy. Go in there, pick the best player available, and get the hell out of there. That's pretty much what it's all about. So it is what it is. So go ahead, get your guy, get him out of there, and get him. I look at it like this. It's a good situation for the Dallas Cowboys, regardless of what you get, because you got bodies. And I know some people's like, oh, he's just a camp body. I don't think he's just a camp body. I think that, you know, he didn't make it with the Jags because, you know, at the time, Jags had Jalen Ramsey at the time. They had a lot of good corners on their team. So that's why he didn't make the roster. It wasn't like he just sucked so bad. He just didn't have space. So then he went to the XFL and he played for them. So it's not like he's out of football. You know what I mean? He's still in football shape. And, you know, looking at what he's did in high school and college, he's a decent guy. I think he's not bad. So he can pretty much probably make this roster as a backup. So now we need to find a starting cornerback. But again, you need depth guys too. I told you guys before, you can't have a steak on every plate. And I know everybody, when we sign these players, everybody always wants that splash player. Everybody cannot be a splash player. Every team has their lower end of the spectrum, and every team has their higher end of the spectrum. That's just how it works. Everybody cannot be great. You can have good enough players, and I think that he fits in that mode of a good enough player. You know, he gets you some interceptions. If he gets you some pick sixes, shit, why not? It was a good call. But I got confidence in this new coaching staff that they're going to be able to come in and do some things and make things right. So that's just how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think about Saivion Smith. I know some of you good fans out there that know football already done your research, so you already know. Let me know what you guys think about Saivion. And I know somebody gonna come in here, oh my God, I can't body. I just said that's not. They're looking for depth right now. They're trying to get some solid guys to come in here and do some work and play. That's it. So with that being said, thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. For all your support. It means a lot. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, get this content for your boy. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real.